going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. We're going back outside again today. We are going to be sealing my extra foundation. When I got this property, there was an extra 12 by 12 foundation on the property. I don't know if it's ever been sealed. I'm guessing it hasn't. Before we start to seal this, we are going to go outside and power wash the extra foundation so that we can get all of the dust and debris off of there that has accumulated during the spring and summer. Then we are going to be letting it dry for a good 24 hours before we put this sealant on. This is the power washer we're going to be bringing out there. One thing I do hate about power washers is that they have all of these cords and hoses. A power washer consists of 3 different components: a hose, a power washing hose, and then an electrical cord. So I don't know if they sell ones that aren't electrical and that need to be plugged in, but I found this one, and you need extension cords, you need more hoses. The power washer cord only reaches a specific distance. It's a hassle dealing with this whole thing. All right, this is the sealant we're going to be using. I just found it on Home Depot website. We're going to be using that. I wanted clear. This is for salt and freeze thaw protection. It is water-based. When the foundation dries, this is what we're going to be using. All right, this is our foundation. We're going to be power washing first and then sealing. I've got the power washer out, so let's do that real quick. Let it dry for 24 hours and then we'll be back out to seal it. All right, we're just gonna let that dry for 24 to 48 hours before we seal it. Now that our foundation is dry from power washing it, we're gonna go out and seal it with the sealer that I got. I have a long roller that we're gonna be using, and I bought 3 new rollers. So we're gonna put one of those on there and stand up while we're doing this so that we don't have to use one of those hand rollers and get down on the hands and knees and do it. Hopefully this will be easy. I also have a paintbrush to do the sides with. These are the rollers that I got, so we're just going to be using a brand new one to put this new sealing solution on the foundation. I didn't want to use the same one as the Thompson's water seal because I don't know if it's the same type of liquid. It probably isn't. We're not going to use that, so let's go. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take this paint pan because this is what we're going to be using to pour the liquid in, but Rocky has been using it as a bed, so we're going to be taking that away from him. I accidentally got a extra large size when this roller actually only goes in half of it, so it kind of looks double, but I don't know, it'll work. Looking like that this stuff is like a very watery, milky looking substance. It's going to be very thin. I'm not going to pour all of it into this paint tray, but we're going to do the best we can. I probably won't use all of it, but at least I'll have some for other foundation surfaces or for when this needs it again. So far the consistency, like I said before, is like really thin and milky. When you first go to put it on, it leaves like this milky trail, and you kind of have to keep going over it to get the rest of the foundation wet. So we're gonna just try to keep going over all of the undone parts with some of the wet stuff that is left behind. So I don't want it to leave like a residue. Some of the reviews were saying that it does leave like a white residue, but that this does an excellent job at protecting from the rain and the weather. The container also warns that it dries really quickly. You might want to leave a mark on where you leave off. I'm just using those little holes in there right now, and we'll do past that, but I'm like doing all the way across for right now, and then we'll come back and do a second row. Okay, so I'm not going to be using a paintbrush for too much of the sides because I'm realizing that the roller actually is doing a really good job on the sides. So we're just going to continue doing it with a roller, and if we need a paintbrush, we'll go in the garage and get one of those. All right, so that was pretty easy. We did the top, the stairs, and all four sides. I ended up not using a paintbrush just because I was using the roller, and that seemed to do just fine. We're gonna wait until the next rain to see exactly how this stuff worked out. I wanna see it beating up on there when the water hits it. We'll check back in when it rains. So I poured some water on here because it has not rained for a few days, so I couldn't get that footage, but I did pour some water onto the foundation and it is beating up like crazy. This sealant does work. It's really great, you guys. Yes, quite honestly, I am really glad that that worked because I didn't want to have to do it all over again. I'm thinking right now that I may have missed a couple spots, but that's okay. In the future, that little 12 by 12 extra foundation is going to become probably a cook pavilion, so it will be covered and the elements won't be able to get in there as much. So if I did miss a spot, oh well, it does work. The consistency of the liquid was proved to be true. It did not leave a residue. Again, instead of waiting for the rain, I just used some water, poured it on the foundation, and it beat it up just like it would if it did rain. If you guys liked this video and you thought it was helpful, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click the notifications bell so you can receive a notification every time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. give up.